What's up, neighbors? Welcome back to Beyond ARTV. My name is John, and it's time to talk about that new Foo Fighters single from their upcoming album Medicine at Midnight. Shame Shame is the lead single. They debuted on Saturday Night Live, a very important episode of that show. And just watching that for the first time, seeing them perform it live, checking out the single on Spotify, I felt like I was really missing something because I was so drastically underwhelmed. The Foo Fighters have made a name for themselves off of putting out some killer lead singles. I'm talking Learn to Fly, no, Best of You, even Run off of their last album Concrete and Gold, which you guys probably know. I had some hot takes on that record, but damn it, I love Run! Dave Grohl and the rest of the Foos have noted that this album actually wrapped production before COVID hit. They announced that in February, and so this album, it's only 9 tracks long, about 36 minutes, which already feels kind of weird. It feels a little too short. They said it was going to be more David Bowie pop influenced. And after hearing this single that's more post-disco than it is post-grunge, I'm having some very conflicted and concerned feelings. Of course, John from ARTV was not the only version of me that had an opinion on this song, so without further ado, I'd like to introduce a very special intoxicated guest. Welcome back to John's Wine Corner. I am here with my dwindling glass of wine. I've just watched SNL, and I've also listened to the Foo Fighters song a few times, and Shame Shame is feeling very underwhelming. And forgiving the fact that I am wine drunk and the fact that there's a reason why we're focused on my upper half and not my lower, because I am wine drunk, I think Shame Shame is very underwhelming. I kind of had my jaw slightly dropped in the fact that this is not doing much of anything. It's cycling through the exact same riff, and if I'm being honest, the vocals just sound forced. And while there are Foo Fighters-isms also in the mix, I'm not finding a ton to really enjoy about this. Maybe I need to let it simmer a bit more, but isn't getting wine drunk the perfect time for a song to actually make sense to you and it's still not hitting? That says something. Back to you, Sober John. Okay, so for obvious reasons, I didn't want to jump right into a full-on review at that time, but now I took it in more. I wanted to experience this song to see if I was missing something, if I just wasn't reading into the lyrics enough, if I wasn't understanding the instrumentation, and after like 10 listens to the song, I can confirm that this song is just straight up boring. I don't want to be the guy that just sits here and compares lead singles and says, oh, well, they have to have something upbeat and fierce, tenacious as the lead single, because that's not always true. I mean, Something from Nothing off of Sonic Highways, I think that one definitely proved that they can pull off the build into a bigger song, but the difference here is the fact that the orchestration and the strings on the track, and also the drum loops, the really boring, stale acoustic guitar, and some of the electrics are just stale. They're just that. They're there. They're hanging in the mix, and they don't advance this song forward. I don't get that feeling of gratification, of something to latch onto to say, okay, that was the moment where this song turned around. It doesn't even have a bridge. The song truly just kind of fizzles out and ends. Shame, shame. Those are the final words, and that's fucking it. There is nothing wrong with the Foo Fighters taking inspiration from David Bowie, but the difference here is that a lot of other bands I've seen taking inspiration from Bowie, the legend himself, obviously a good person to take inspiration from with his versatility. The difference is that the Foos don't actually make anything happen. I don't feel the starting gun fire. I just hear a song that does talk about some themes that could be kind of dark and relating to certain scenarios in life, but then again, it's pre-pandemic. The material almost feels a bit dated, a bit off in the distance already, and I'm feeling an abstract non-connection with the song. How many people are in this band? There's a lot. We don't want this to turn into a Maroon 5 situation, not saying that it's anywhere close to that, but where the members are just constantly growing, except the sound sounds like it's going backwards.
I haven't felt a full-on love for a Foo Fighters record since Wasting Light in 2011, and each record since then, it's gotten subsequently a little bit different, a little bit stranger, a little bit more experimental in some ways. And I think Dave Grohl tries to have this big ambition about him. He's one of the most likable people in rock, in music, and I love the dude to death. I love the Foo Fighters. But this single and their recent material, it's just kind of sliding off, and I don't want to see them slide away into the ocean. Instead, rebuild, bring back something bigger, and I hope that they prove that to me with the record, but for now, I can't say that I'm excited. I don't know if this was naive or misguided to assume, but I was really hoping for a big rock statement or a big rocking single to come out and just kind of, I don't know, set us back in our chair and say, okay, Foo Fighters, I see you, but we didn't get that moment. The guitars feel neutered. They feel kind of chopped down at the knees, and the drum loop, everything about this track, while there are some good ideas tucked in there, there is a Foo Fighter-ism to it, and the hook of the song, I just don't feel that it comes together in a way that makes sense for them or could actually have my interest more than like a few days from now. Frankly, I'm bored to tears over here. I just don't see myself coming back to this track. I'm giving it a light 2 out of 5. Let me know your thoughts on this song in the comment section down below. Are you excited about Shame Shame, their SNL performance? I thought the Times Like These rendition was really nice and also really fitting, obviously, for the scenario that we found ourselves in the USA. But also, I just find myself losing hope for the album, but maybe that's misguided too. So I'll have to hold on and see what they bring on Medicine at Midnight. Thanks for watching this track review. Drop a like on it if you enjoyed, and subscribe for the love of music. If you want to see me talk about the Foo Fighters more, then check out my top 10 right here, or see me rank all of their albums right over here. All of my socials can be found in the description down below. Their album drops February 4th, and I'll be back soon with more on Beyond ARTV.